Hi everyone, greetings. This is Denise again with another charcoal drawing tutorial. I created a little intro here with my paintings and collages. And I go by Denise's Dancing Paintbrush. So this one is a particular favorite of mine. I found this old photo from 1937, I think, and this with the red circle around her is a picture of my mom when she was probably 7 next to 8, something like that. No, maybe 6. Nonetheless, she has this charming facial structure and these lovely dark curls that I was just longing to draw, and I found the perfect photo. And so I am doing a drawing of my mom. I'm using the Vine charcoal first to lay in her features. This one's kind of difficult to work from because even though the lighting is good on this photo, it's a little bit blurry and, of course, very, very small to work from. So I think I'd put a little more time and effort and struggle into this one, well, because it's my mom and she's going to see it. She wore these beautiful Shirley Temple curls for years and years, as her mom did as well, and she had me in curls for a long time. We all have that dark curly hair. So I'm laying in the shadows first and trying to keep my background smudge free because I plan on putting white behind her. So I'm starting with the HB pencil simply because it's a little bit harder and therefore easier to erase than the softer pencils. The HB stands for the amount of clay that's mixed with the carbon in making the pencil. H standing for the carbon or the clay content, and the B standing for the carbon content. In this case, they're 50-50, which makes the pencil harder than a regular, a 2B or 4B, which later I'm going to be using. You hold the pencil way back at the end so that you're using the side and not the point as much. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I use handmade pencil extenders so that I can get every last drop of charcoal out of my pencils. These extenders are made out of old felt pens. I took the felt marker guts out and used the empty case for my pencil holder. Whatever works, right? They make these pencil extenders, but charge like $6 for them. I thought that was a bit extreme when I can use an old plastic felt marker much, much cheaper. Well, free, in fact, since I was going to throw it away. I love Mom's facial features. She She has this lovely heart-shaped face that's just, I thought, movie star quality. And this little tiny mouth. I know you see me use my finger to smudge my pencil quite a bit, but on this one, you're going to see that I switch over to a tissue because I have oils. Well, everyone has oils in their fingers, but I tend to be, my skin tends to be a little oily, and I got some oils from my fingers on the paper, and it starts turning very dark where I don't want it to, and I fight with it for the rest of this picture. So there it is. You can see it on the left side near the point of her chin. I've got oily fingerprints stuck to the paper, and they're not going to come off. So I'm going to have to be very careful how I smudge my charcoal from here on out, especially right there on her face. So I've switched here to the 2B. Again, I'm using a pencil extender. My 2B is getting real small. I'm going to put in some darker darks in her hair and shape the curls too, because they're not perfectly cylindrical. They have little gaps where the hair separates. I know Mom's eyes look dark in this, but that's because the sunlight was in her face, and she has really hazel-colored eyes. The thing about drawing from photographs is that you want to get one with good lighting that has dark darks and light lights. Never try to draw a portrait, especially from a photograph where a flash was used. It blows out all of your contours and your shades, and you cannot get anything but a flat looking picture from a photo where the flash was used. So even though this one's a little bit blurry and small, we have good shadows, and because it was taken in the sun, good highlights. See, I'm trying to fight with those oils on her chin. So I pulled out a tissue to try and stop using my finger. So I get to the point where I have to take a break. My hand, I'm suffering from a little carpal tunnel there, and so I take a break and come back to it, especially after I've had to knead that gum eraser over and over again. It starts to make my wrist ache. So I'm going to use the kneaded gum eraser to pull up some of the highlights on her hair. And it only works if you keep kneading it. She has those lovely high cheekbones. You want to make them glow in the sunlight. Then I move to the 4B so that I get the really dark, rich blacks. There we go. And now for the white in the background. You notice I'm holding my pencil way back at the end to get the most of the side of the pencil. It covers better. And that just makes her hair pop against the white. And a tissue to smooth it. Making very, very sure I don't smudge it into the black or I'll get this terrible gray, muddy gray. Time for the highlights on the face, across the bridge of the nose and the cheekbones. Probably shouldn't put quite as much on her chin. Makes her chin look like it's coming forward. Ears always have a lot of highlight on them because they're kind of oily and they shine in the light. Isn't that funny? So I've got the kneaded gum eraser again, trying to pull up some of that dark where my fingers left a oily print. And now the 6B. The 6B is the darkest dark, the softest pencil, and I'm just trying to fix any little things. I think I noodled over this a little bit more than I would normally, simply because it's my mom. So I went back and made a few more changes. The shadow under the nose always has a hard line because it's a cast shadow, as opposed to a form shadow that has a soft transition. Put a few more hard, dark shadows there in the eye socket to make the eyes move back into her face a little bit more. Pull up some of that white from her neck, which didn't need to be quite so white. We're just about there. So if you like my tutorials, please like and do subscribe. And I'll do some more next week. And there she is. My mom. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.